Hello and namaskar. Welcome to your most loved talk show, India Bounce Back, with me, your host, Dr. Anshul Dhingra. I am back again with another eminent personality. And if you are a business owner and or a person who really want to expand your business, do watch this interview till the end because this is going to excite you and give you a lot of insight. Today, uh, I'm glad that I have a wonderful gentleman with me. I want to just give his professional introduction and then I will welcome him. He's the first generation entrepreneur, an exhibition consultant, and rather the India's first exhibition consultant and one of the prominent successful business skill trainer with over 20 years of experience in exhibition industry and over 7 years of experience in the trainings. He's a certified trainer from T Harv Aker's Success Resources America and Business Networking International BNI and holds an MBA in marketing and diploma in French language and literature. He is the founder of Serco Corp, a decade-old organization in exhibition consulting and technology solution, and has come up with a revolutionary app for the exhibition industry called SeroVMS, which is the first visitor management system for exhibitors in India. Wow, that's amazing. He's the chief consultant for Go4Growth Consulting, where he is amongst the India's first to focus on exhibition ROI trainings and consulting. As a trainer for past 7 years, he has trained more than 27,000 entrepreneurs, ladies and gentlemen, helping them enhance their business skills. He's a senior director consultant and head of trainings of BNI Gurgaon and a part of national training team and member of international board of advisors for BNI. A fitness freak and avid reader with a keen interest in space, science, and passion for trainings. He is now dedicated his time fully to make exhibition more efficient for exhibitors and help them make the most out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Gagan Kapoor ji. Gagan ji, I'm really honored that you were able to spare time for this great interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Anshul. It has been a pleasure to be on your show, and I am absolutely delighted that we are having this discussion today.
Wow, great. So, beginning with my first question, what I just read was just a professional introduction, which anyone can read about you from your website, from your LinkedIn profile. I want to know the man beyond this introduction, the man Gagan Kapoor beyond this introduction.
All right. Thank you very much, Anshul. So, I've been born and brought up in Gurgaon. So I am a pure Gurgaon guy. Okay. For that matter, a lot of people have moved into Gurgaon, but I was been here, of course. And of course, along with my dad, my dad had a transferable job. So I moved around along with him quite a bit. I was in Delhi for quite some time. I was in Jaipur for quite some time. I did my initial days and my completion of the schooling from Jaipur for that matter. So I have a big attachment from that city. And of course, came back. I was always a sciences student, wanted to do something in science, research. I had a very deep interest in space science and astronomy. And I know that someday, when all this, when I will practically get an early retirement, I'm going to switch over to astronomy, not astrology, but astronomy, space science. And one day I definitely want to have to discover an asteroid. That's something which I want to do. Of course, a lot of advancement has happened in this, but I want to completely get lost into the stars and the deep galaxies and all that. That's my passion.
Wonderful.
Of course, over a period of time, I developed a lot of passion for marketing and for trainings. Both of these things happened simultaneously to me. And an important field of marketing I picked up, which was actually the exhibitions, the trade shows, which of course these days I have my complete specialty into. And of course, now what I've done is I've clubbed my passion for marketing and exhibitions and my passion for trainings, and I've come up with what you introduced me as one of the India's first exhibition strategy consultant, which focuses completely on the exhibition-based ROI. I am an avid reader. I read about 3 books a month.
Wow.
I do minimum reading of about an hour every day. And that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me opening up to the world and the endless possibilities what the world has to offer. I am personally very inclined to your personal fitness. I run, I jog, I exercise, and I keep myself fit. That is something which I've been trying to do for all this while. And yes, this is
Wow.
this is a brief intro of what I am. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And within just this introduction, I was able to see certain great elements of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a good reader. An entrepreneur is somebody who keeps himself fit because he understands the value of fitness. An entrepreneur is somebody who has a different passion and different things he really want to do in the world. He's aspiring to do something like you want to research or find out an astronaut. Wow, that's simply amazing. So I'm really happy and that I'm talking to a really great entrepreneur. Wow. So moving to my next question. You are one of the India's leading exhibition strategy coach. I also read that in 2019 you made this motto that you really want to help companies get better ROI from exhibitions. So although yes, this is a very, very crucial component for major MSMEs and industries in India, where they go out, they exhibit, and inside India, in India as well as abroad. And I also, as a coach myself, I also consult people on various basics understanding of whatever we have from just a common understanding. But now I want to know how this idea came into your mind and what impact you were able to create so far.
Okay, so now the idea actually cropped up, I would say about 5-6 years ago, primarily because I have been in the exhibition field for about 20 years now. We've been doing a lot of exhibitions in India as well as globally. But the idea actually started coming in when I started moving out about 6 or 7 years back internationally for all these expos, all these expositions, all these trade shows. And that is where I saw that the striking difference between what the international companies, what the other countries, what the other organizations were presenting themselves with, and a lot of difference with which India was still, I would say, lagging behind in the way they should have actually presented. Although it doesn't apply to all the companies in India, some of the Indian companies are very, very aggressive when it comes to the trade shows. But I would say still a larger chunk of people are doing better for themselves, I know. But I also saw that there was a great scope of increasing their potential from the exhibitions. And I really felt that I need to do something for it. And that is what actually drove me that, you know what, I will dedicate now my entire thoughts, entire education to the fact that I need to do something for this set of people, for them, let them explore the true potential of what exhibitions are. And I will make sure that exhibitions are not just an expense center anymore. I'm going to make sure that it is a profit center. Every time you participate in an exhibition, you end up being in so many such profit. That is what was my intent behind all the initiative which I took around it. And in fact, the app which I created was actually just to make sure that the capturing of the information in an exhibition is better. And with the consulting, the whole idea is to bring it all together. And I would say that in the past, when you spoke about the impact which I created, in the past 1 year, I have been able to address more than about 11,000 people with regards to exhibitions, a lot of them on training modules, which I have put in to on a lot of various platforms, and a lot of these personal sessions as well. And I am really happy that I know it's a small difference I'm trying to make, but I'm sure that only a little people I have influenced with the thought process, it is going to give them the mindset shift in that they need to do something better with their trade shows. And that is what I want.
Wonderful, wonderful. With this, I was able to recall one statement which was said to me by one of my guru, Brian Tracy, that it takes a lot of guts when you speak in front of a client that I can generate real ROI. So heads off to you. And that the real model is, and people believe in those models where we really be able to show them the real impact. And when ROI really speaks for themselves, then there is no looking back.
Absolutely.
Now, there's one journey as an exhibitor, as a consultant, as a coach, which you have done for this particular industry. There is another industry where you are a popular face, where you are loved by a lot of people, and I can vouch for that because I know a lot of them who loves you a lot. How was your journey as a senior director consultant and head of trainings for business networking, international BNI? And also as International Board of Advisors for BNI Global, and how this association with BNI created a better version of you as a leader, as a trainer, as a contributor, as an influencer, and as a mentor.
Wow, that's a lot to ask, but I will try and explain it in my own little way. I would say that BNI has been a very big learning ground for me, personally as well as professionally. I, of course, joined there as a member, slowly and slowly started working on various aspects of my journey, and BNI gave me the opportunity to come on board as a director consultant with them. And along with that, because of my passion for trainings, I volunteered for it, and slowly I got into the training team, and eventually, of course, the head of trainings. And now, along with being head of the trainings, I'm also a national trainer with BNI India. Of course, this particular thought process and the way the things went there has opened a lot of opportunities for me. I see when I say my personal learning ground, BNI, I would say I learned a lot on how do you really manage the processes when it comes to your personal well-being or in your professional well-being. People management has been a very, very important skill, which I saw here. When you interact with so many people, you are managing your peers. It's a big thing for me.
True.
You already spoke that leadership skills is something which start coming inherently to you because you are leading your peers at that time. You are helping your peers, and sometimes you are being led by somebody. You are leading somebody. It really helps you gain all aspects of life and all aspects of organizational structure, for that matter. Handling tough situations has also been top of my learnings from this. You see tough things coming, and I would say that the current tough time, what we have seen, a lot of credit I will give it to my learnings from BNI, due to which I could actually pivot and still keep afloat with whatever is happening there. And I see when it comes to, you mentioned about International Board of Advisors, it has been an honor that I got nominated to being at the International Board of Advisors of BNI. And I thank my region executive directors, Aarti and Rakesh Kochar, for that. I know that the international arena with BNI has actually opened an endless opportunities for me to network globally. I could get connected to so many people all over the world, which actually, frankly, several years back opened my eyes and ears to a lot of things, to a lot of new possibilities at work. This is
Wow.
this I would say a sum up on what my BNI journey has been.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, every great entrepreneur, every great individual, somebody who's able to achieve a landmark in their life, goes through a journey, ups and downs, and there is always a bounce back time.
Yeah.
I want to know, what was the bounce back moment of your life?
Okay. All right. So I would say for the first 8-9 years of my professional journey, I was working at a company, and for me, everything was actually that company or hard work. I of course grew through the ranks in that company. That besides the point, but I was so engrossed into work. I think I lost myself personally because of that. And when I say I lost myself, I mean it comes to personal development. I was not reading much. My health, I was about 5-6 kgs heavier than what I am today. And I certainly realized somewhere down the line that I did not envision my life to be just like this, right? And this was the moment for me. It was somewhere in 2009 where I realized some events happened, and I realized that, you know what, I'm not. This is not how it's supposed to go. I really want to change my life, and that was the day. That day, I remember that my wife had a big role to play in this personal realization for me. I had recently got married about a year back, and And with these realizations, it really started changing. I really started changing my life around it. And all what you see has actually turned around for me in the past, I would say now 11 years of my journey. Yes.
So 2009 was the bounce back year.
Absolutely. It was,
Wow,
yes.
wow, great. Now, today, after achieving whole lot of things now at a national level, international level, if if you have to give credit to of your success to your top 5 skills or quality, which
Mhm.
all skills or quality will get that credit?
All right. Yes, all these, you rightly said that I definitely attribute a lot of thought to some of the top things which I intend to do and I always live by. First of all is, I would say people skills is definitely one of them. I like to connect with people at a different level, although it doesn't mean that I connect with each and every one, but
Yeah,
people I connect with, I really connect with them at a very, very different level. And that keeps me going. I'm able to make some personal bonds with people, and that really helps me keep high in my life. Time management has been a core success factor for me, and it's only because of this. Today, even when I'm doing so many things, I'm involved into such several things, I still am able to take out ample time for family. I know that there are certain times where I have the liberty to keep my phone switched off because it's my family time. I
true.
have the liberty to not pick up any call during the weekends, and still yet manage all the things around me in a fashion that everybody is happy with what kind of services I am delivering to my customers, to people I consult with, or to my peers who are dealing with me in everyday in town. So time management is definitely one second skill. What it is there. The third thing which I have always felt in life is look at everything from the other's perspective, from the other people's perspective as well. It really helps you get the right thought process in mind. I live by it every single day. That have you put yourself in their shoes before taking a call. And something related to this, what comes in to me is the ethics at work. Has is always played very big at me. I have always seen that something what you have committed, even when you are not in financially possible to do that and all that, that you have committed. That is your work ethics. You have to complete that, and
Complete.
I live by it. My company lives by it day in and day out. And last but not the least, positivity. I've always kept positivity as at the core of whatever I do. And all these things, what you see, the past 4 things, what you have seen, if everything plays by the positivity, I would say at the heart, at the core of every single thing is positivity. So these are the top 5 skills I would say I would attribute
Wow, wow,
my success to.
wow. That's wonderful. And you know, uh, I personally want to say to all the viewers right now who is watching this video, uh, as a coach, I have experienced that people complaining about these elements, and in that tough time, if you're able to live by these qualities, if you're able to manage your team team well, you are able to prioritize things, you're able to live by your ethics. And people have, various organizations, I think Gagan, you also know that, they have not they have shown a different character this time. So one suggestion which I gave to my clients across India during this tough time is, this is a time and the test of your character. Don't let it down. and
Absolutely.
and yes, you have summed it in a wonderful way. So now, making this interview a little more interesting, moving to the next round, it's a rapid fire round.
Okay.
So I
All
want to
right.
check your spontaneity.
All
Okay.
right.
And I will say one word which is
Yeah.
related to your life. What first word or sentence comes in your mind? You have to just speak that.
Okay. All right.
Okay, ready?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, the first word is family.
Family is everything for me.
Everything for you. Okay, the second word is your school, Kendriya Vidyalaya.
I would say foundation.
Okay, your college, Hansraj.
Okay. Exposure.
Exposure. Wow. The organization you just mentioned, Fusion Corporate Solutions.
Okay. Hard work. I would associate it with hard work.
Hard
Yes.
work. Servocop.
Serocop, my company, dream. I would say dream come true of starting a new company. Yes.
Wow. SeroVMS.
SeroVMS, my app, passion project. Something I'm passionate about. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Wow. But I will. If I have to ask, if I have to say one word, I will say contribution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. BNI India.
BNI India, BNI Gurgaon in India, I would say
Gurgaon. Yeah.
learn and grow for me. Learn and grow.
Learn and grow. Okay. BNI International.
Uh, Open your eyes to the possibilities, to the world of possibilities.
Wow. Uh, Education for entrepreneurs and businessmen.
Uh, Something which comes from the heart and a personal endeavor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Scaling up through exhibitions. Your program.
Need of the hour, I would say.
Need of the hour. Great. This initiative, India Bounce Back.
It is wonderful initiative. I would say it's simply wonderful because it is going to tell a lot of people on how do you really need to come back from the lows of your life. And I would say that is an absolute wonderful initiative. And I know that people who will be watching it, India has always bounced back, and
Yes.
it will, and
It
all
will.
of you will bounce back. That's
Yes.
something for you. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for those wonderful and encouraging words. So now moving to a little more about last 4 and 5 months, how
Yeah.
we all have gone through this unprecedented time. So I want to ask this question: how, according to you, last 5 months have impacted our country? Because you have got a national exposure, you interact with a lot of people through BNI, through other platforms. How have you seen the overall impact in the business field and in the country as a whole?
So, Anshul, this is not hidden from anybody that it started with a big jolt to everyone.
True.
Initially, the first 15 days looked very rosy when you didn't have to do anything. You were enjoying your movies and Netflix and Prime and all that. But the reality stuck to the people that that the things are not going to move for quite a bit of a time. And I would say that people were not really ready for this kind of a thing. Frankly, people. I've seen business owners working. I've seen companies working. They were working on wafer thin margins. They were working on wafer thin budgets, and they were working on wafer thin cash in hand, for that matter. And the day this happened, and a sudden break in every single thing, literally jolted them that, you know what, this is not I expected to. So yes, there was a low moment which came in for everyone. I know now. People got stuck up with huge amount of inventories. People, after opening up, people had inventories. They had no people
No people.
to really work on. All these
True.
things have been playing
True.
on their mind. People losing jobs. Yes, it's been a very tough situation. No doubt about that. But on the other side, I would say, if you talk about that, this also gave a lot of people a lot of time to introspect in
True.
what were they exactly doing in their life. Right, and a lot of people, and we realize that there is a need to pivot yourself into various things. There is a need that can you really think out of the box and create something out of something which is not existing from your current business. And I see a lot of people have done that.
Yes.
So it is very important that we need to look at that. And a very dear friend of mine who speaks about something what it is called as the warriors versus the victims mentality.
Mentality.
There are
Yes.
certain people who feel that we are a victim of this particular situation and they don't want to do something around it. But there are certain people who actually took this as a challenge, changed the entire philosophy with what they think. They were positive around it, and they really made sure that they come out with something very unique within their own business. They pivoted, and it has
True.
worked for them.
True. As rightly said, change will bring growth or grief. It depends on how you take it. So I think that's a wonderful reply. Thank you so much. Now, the question, and a little extended question with this: how it has impacted you individually and professionally?
All right. I'm in exhibitions and exhibitions consulting, and my app is all based on the exhibitions bit. Apart from some of the other initiatives on trainings I take, but primarily coming from the trade show industry has completely stopped.
True.
the physical exhibitions have not happened for the past 7 months, primarily because of the sudden break. And they are not yet about to open anytime soon. The government has not given any direction of
True.
any of these mass gatherings because of current situation within India. So yes, the trade show industry, people around us, unfortunately, have been closing shops, have been the businesses I've seen getting closed. So it's a very tough situation for us out here. But as I said, if you look at things in a positive manner, the things can change. Immediately pivoted. I gathered a lot of knowledge personally onto the virtual exhibitions. I studied quite a bit, spoke to a lot of people, spoke to people globally, and see what the development was happening. And now we are literally consulting organizations, consulting trade bodies on virtual exhibitions. So the idea is, yes, there is an impact. I know a big section of our business is completely closed down.
Closed.
But yes, we have to find other ways of working around it. And thankfully, within our new vertical, so-called, which we started, the things are already looking better. And it is nice. Yes, no doubt about that.
Wonderful. So
Yeah.
again, a sense of positivity in your.
Absolutely. And I would say that the exhibitions, there is a new normal which is setting up when you come to trade shows, which were primarily physical, and now that the virtual exhibitions have started happening, eventually now it's more of virtual exhibitions, but the eventual thing will be that the physical world, the physical exhibitions and the virtual exhibitions are going to go hand in hand. Same organizers are going to be also participating or are presenting a virtual version of their same fair, so that more and more people get more opportunities to present themselves. So that's what I see is within our industry, the things have changed.
So although you have shared few things about how different things and how new normal will look like, if I ask you to be a little more specific for my viewer, how do you see the world of exhibition, trade shows, and all these online events moving and evolving as we are moving towards the new normal? So a little more specific things, how people can take benefit and how they start preparing themselves for that.
Okay, so very pertinent question for the with the need of the hour, I would say, Anshul, because people, as I said, were not ready for it. For the first few months, they had no idea what the exhibitions are, and then exhibitions slowly, the virtual version of the exhibitions, as I said, came up, but it was also evolving. It was also in the process of that. Okay, now we're launching an exhibition, but the organizer has launched an exhibition. The people are not yet aware what really to do with it, and we made our personal agenda to actually train as many people as possible through our various sessions which we were conducting, that how do you really be a part of a virtual exhibition. The idea and the most important thing which comes out of these kind of fairs right now, the current new normal, what we are saying, seeing the virtual exhibition, is actually every single entrepreneur who is going to participate in an exhibition has to be digitally ready, has to be virtually ready. And unfortunately, this was also not everyone was prepared of. There were certain people in the past 5 years, I would say, they upgraded them in terms of digitally. When I say digitally, as small as start having a good branding, having a good website to their name, having a set of better communication, showing your value proposition online, or as much as having certain social media presence on some of the major things like LinkedIn, Instagram, as well as Facebook. Unfortunately, people were not ready to it, not prepared for it. And now I see that with the advent of virtual exhibitions, some of these things, or rather most of these things, have suddenly gone mandatory from just being an occasional thing which people are doing. So because it's all virtual, there is a need instantly for you all, for all these people who are exhibitors, to be digitally ready. Now that's something which has come up, and now of course find new ways of interacting with the people. But interestingly, this new normal is also bringing the world closer. For example, there is an exhibition happening next week, and there are people from 32 countries coming into that.
Oh wow!
It's a virtual exhibition, and people are logging in from 32 different countries. No need to travel. You spend 3 hours in a virtual exhibition 5,000 kilometers from your own place. Isn't that amazing? So it is
Yes.
bringing the world together. It has its own positives, for that matter, apart from, of course, some of the not so good features of the personal touch is missing, people, as
Yes.
people say. So
Yes.
we
Yes.
understand that. But yes, it is bringing in the new possibilities. And as we know that, because the next 1 year, I would say minimum, people are going to market online and people are going to sell online. I would say there is an immediate need to be virtual ready for you to, if you need to do good business with
Yes.
anybody.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with this thought. And yes, this is the need of the hour. So all the viewers who are watching, who really still feel that they are not digitally, active, you have to be proactive in understanding this and going for it. Uh, so, although this question doesn't belongs to you with next question, because you're already a positive man and you've already answered, but still the question is, are you really confident that India will bounce back?
Well, I have always been positive about it. I am super, super confident that people are going to bounce back. They're already doing that. Businesses are going to bounce back. And I say that, as I told initially, that this has given a lot of people a lot of time to introspect.
True.
And people have actually closed businesses. But you know what? Some of them have closed businesses to follow their passion, to do something which they've always wanted to. And I'm sure even some of the businesses who got closed for a while, or who got stopped for a while. I would not say closed. I would say who paused for a while.
Pause
I
for a
am
while.
sure people are roaring to go. They are looking forward, and I am super, super positive that India will bounce back. Its people, its organizations will bounce back for sure.
Wow. Thank you so much for that confidence to all my viewers. The next question is, I would request you now, although you've mentioned certain points here and there, but I would request you to sum up your message into 5 strong key points for the people of the business community of India that can support them with a new perspective to bounce back. Because being an influencer, you're interacting with the business community across India and outside. So now, 5 strong messages.
All right. Okay. So, number one, be super, super positive about whatever you're doing. It is going to take you places. Number one. Number two, read. Read and read. Open up your mind. You will not believe the power the reading can give it to you. The opening of your mind, people, it can give it to you. And the new possibilities which you can work with in the subconscious mind, it can give it to you. It has a great power. Always try, if you can, read a little every day. It's going to make a lot of difference for you. Take continuous action, I would say. Always take continuous actions. Do not stop. Even if it has to be a little action every day, make it a point that you take that action. It always helps. And then while you are taking this action and being positive, the fourth point is, you always need to keep reviewing yourself in whatever you're doing. Keep checking in whether the action you're taken is right or not, so that you can just the fifth point where I would like to come on to, you can calibrate yourself so that
Yes.
you're always steer on the path of growth. So I would say 5 points, as I said: be positive, read, continuous action, review, as well as continuously calibrate
Calibration.
yourself. I would say the world is playground for all of you.
Mm.
Go play. That's
Go
my
and
idea.
play. Wow, that's simply wonderful and encouraging, and I really an inspiring message. Last but not the least, I will not leave you because this interview will be showcased to BNI community as well. So, last but not the least, what will be your encouraging message to your most loved community, where you are a superhero?
All right. You rightly said that. I love my people at BNI. Not only, of course, BNI Gurgaon and Faridabad holds very, very dear to me. I have grown here as a person, as a professional, and also the people in BNI India as well as globally. I would say that we are a big community. It is possible that we hold each other hands and collaborate. And once we are able to collaborate, its philosophy is give us gain.
True.
If we collaborate well, think about each other, give each other in terms of business, in terms of your personal development, and what all possible you can do. And together, we will make this world. And I would say, when we're talking about bouncing back, I would say if we do it all together, and all BNI members, we know we are already doing it together for years,
Yes.
India is going to bounce back. All of us are, we will not let anybody fall if we're holding each other's hands. That's my message
Wow,
to my BNI
wow,
members.
wow. That's great. Thank you so much. That was India's leading exhibition strategy coach, Gagan Kapoor, sharing all his wonderful insight and his whole experience of this world. Dear viewers, we have to be very positive. We have to look forward, and we really have to move forward in the right direction. And all his inputs is really going to support all of us. In case if you have any specific question you want to ask Gagan Kapoorji, please do write below in the chat, in the comment section, so that we can get in touch with him and can get the right information. If you are an exhibitor and you're really serious exhibitor, do not forget to just get in touch with them. Their details will be shared below, so that you get the right guidance of this world of virtual exhibition. Be ready, be prepared. Thank you, Gaganji. Thank you for sharing wonderful insight. Thank you for coming. So stay tuned for the next episode of India Bounce Back with me and with another eminent personality. Till then, stay positive, and India will bounce back, and no one can stop it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.